EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Here's Prescott. And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, get that, let's go, get out. 26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
46. There we go. 48.
Now Prescott. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 37.
95.
Now Wilson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And this is going to be incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The 8-5 Dallas Cowboys return their offense to the field here, and they won last week to get to 8-5 over Philly. In that game, they had 576 yards of total offense, so you would think maybe some more points because that's the most yards of offense they've had since 1978.
It is absolutely amazing because you think with that much offense, you're scoring in the 40s.
Yeah.
But instead, it was a defensive battle, found a way to win in overtime. And how about the Amari Cooper trade? Now, let me just say, on the record, I didn't think giving up a 1 was a good move for Dallas. The way it's paying off, it's an excellent move for Dallas. 10 catches, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns, including the game winner off a deflected ball in overtime. He has been sensational for them in recent weeks.
He has, although that deflected game winner that you speak of, a little lucky for Dak and company. Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right. It got his man complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. A first down carry by Elliott. Oh, nice move. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all that dancing and juking is great, but sometimes you guys just leave that on the ballroom floor. Put your nose down and try and gain some yardage.
Was one good move, but couldn't get anywhere. Tackled for a loss. A second down throw for Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 46. After the interception, here's Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jaron Brown, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. They'll try and throw for him with Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. CD, by the way, we have some news from the esports world. First major of the new year. The Madden Classic was held in Las Vegas during Week 14 of the NFL season. 170 players.
Yeah, did you see the money?
Over $150,000 in prize money.
Not so bad, huh? Yeah. Not too shabby.
And your winner, I'll let you do the honors for the second straight year.
Michael Skimbo, second straight year. The man walks away with the money and the championship belt. He beat Justin Little Man Brown 28-21 in the final. I think the world was looking forward to this one, and they got it. And I can't wait to see how Skimbo does with the rest of the majors now. He is the man to beat.
Sorry, little man Barone. Congratulations, Skimbo. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. The give to Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, Elliott. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Here we go. 47. 26.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Well, the Seattle Seahawks looking very much like a playoff team after 4 straight wins, now at 8-5 after that victory on Monday night in Week 14.
How about that? And so many people thought this would be a rebuilding year for them. No more Legion of Boom. But this team set up perfectly for head coach Pete Carroll. Young, enthusiastic, ready to show the world that they were better. And don't forget, they saw Russell Wilson playing quarterback. They're 2 games up in the wild card race with 3 to go.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This is Carson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Now Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will knot things up here late in the first half. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And out now come the Cowboys. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And all the way down to the 35. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Play action. It's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Now Wilson on second down. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He fights him off. Flush to his right. Now he'll go deep down the middle. That's caught at the 25. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They go read option with Wilson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And Dixon has it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run forward with Davis. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop him.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Janikowski bangs it through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Gun.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. The give is to Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
You go 46. Good. Here we go. 48. Here we go. 47. 26. 26.
Prescott now on second down. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Now the try here for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They go play action here on first down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Demarcus Lawrence coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 91 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the fourth. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Out to kick is Janikowski. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Second down, Prescott. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
46.
Here's Prescott. His throw incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Prescott from the gun. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that'll make it 3rd down. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football, 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple, and that's exactly why they trail.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that. Yeah, there was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Looking at this situation, if they get a field goal out of this, it helps. But a touchdown would really help into going to secure the victory.
You know what I'm thinking right here? In the West Coast offense, in their parlance, every time they throw the football, they say you're either throwing it for a touchdown or a check down. In this case, it's either taking time off the clock or getting that touchdown that really puts you in firm control. I think they'll go either way on this one.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worried about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Wilson wants to throw it. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 3rd down.
Come on, let's go.
Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Throwing now is Wilson. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
46.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now a toss play. It's Carson. And room there to work it inside the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Wilson to throw. Completes it to Dixon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So a lot rides now on the big left leg of Sebastian Janikowski. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Wide open, Amari Cooper. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
One last shot now for Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Delano Hill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play...
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got it to Hearns. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A handoff left, Elliott. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
There you go. There you go. Warning.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Black 99, feel it.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here's Watson, eluding the pressure right. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Watch the eye. Richmond.
A first down carry now for Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot. To throw on second is Watson. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 65 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. Let's have a way and get it done.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
There you go. All right, hey. Gun. 26.
To throw is Prescott. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 32 that time. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll try to sweep with Elliott. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. On the stop, it's Sharice Wright. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Prescott to throw it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Football goes back over to Houston's offense, and these Texans lost last week to division rival Indianapolis 24-21. Look, yeah, Charles, that did break the 9-game winning streak, but they're still 9-4.
I love how you just posed that, because aren't you hearing a lot of almost negative things out there about them losing that game? You know, hey, they could have won the AFC South, could have clinched it right there. They could be in the number 2 spot when it comes with a first-round bye, all right? Forget that. They won 9 straight games. They're still in a great position for the playoffs. Deshaun Watson may have been sacked 5 times in this game, but it gives them something to work on, something to improve. And their last 3 games are very much manageable. At the Jets, at Philadelphia, home against Jacksonville.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Watson going deep for Hop, and that's caught inside the 35. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 49 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Watson steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Touchdown, Texans. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. But before the game, you and I were looking at some of the highlights from last week, and one of the top plays was certainly that 99-yard touchdown run by Derrick Henry.
Not only was it a top play, it's going to be memorable, and again, not just for 99 yards, which is enough.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
After the interception, here's Watson, buying time to his left. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Watson being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, 2nd and goal. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And here comes the Texans now. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, one thing neat going on around the NFL again recently this year, we've seen this before, but the My Cause, My Cleats, just a chance for the players to give back to a certain charity that they like and dress up their shoes how they want. I know you saw that a couple weeks ago in your game.
I certainly did. I had the Giants and the Bears, and during this time frame, each team is allowed to designate one home game for My Cause, My Cleats. And that was the Giants' home game. They designated it. And Alec Ogletree had a big game. I mean, he had a pick 6 for a touchdown, a bunch of tackles, and his cleats were for autism awareness. What a perfect time to put that on stage. His cause, his cleats, and a big game as well.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And now running right through it. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game. Elliott,
toss right. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Good. Go, get out there.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And his kick is indeed good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Watson. And he finds his man Griffin. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Okay, with that incompletion, I've been waiting to get this in because I wanted to ask you about that crazy finish in Miami. How in the world did they find their way to the end zone?
That was something, wasn't it? And I've seen a few along the way. In college football, Boise State over Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl. Remember that one?
Yep.
With the hook and lateral play, and they had a bunch of crazy plays down the stretch. But this one in the NFL, especially considering you kind of knew they had to do something like this, yet they still were able to pull it off. 69 yards, Tannehill to Stills, to Parker, to Kenyon Drake, and then, of course, Gronk was on the field in case they threw the Hail Mary. Outran Gronk to the end zone. What a finish for the Dolphins.
So last year we had the Minnesota Miracle. Now we had the Miami Miracle this season. He finds Hearns left side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
46.
On 1st and 10, Prescott completes it right side to Cooper. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts. Now Elliott. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
It's coming now. Here we go, here we go. Slide in. 26.
They get it to him running left. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 7 yards away. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Here we go. Slide in. Here you go.
Prescott from the gun. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is taken near the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking deep for Demarius. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Going deep for Hopkins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now Watson to throw on 3rd down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Prescott. This is caught by Hearns. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Dak finding the former Jag Hearns for the Dallas first down. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
We go 46.
Now Prescott. Over the middle of Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Prescott to throw this time. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw. Underneath for Miller. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to throw. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, we were prepping for overtime up here in the booth, partner. Thought for sure we were destined for OT. And then the chip shot field goal, no good. A tough loss.
Oh, without question, because when you're saying prepping, I was locked in. I think you were too. We're going to overtime. I was already gathering my thoughts about, okay, how do we start? What happens with the coin toss? Who's going to play defense first? And I have to admit, I'm in a little bit of shock that he missed that field goal.
I'm absolutely still in shock. Just a tough way to end it. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to EA Sports.
You